Welcome to Switch Comics. My name is Marco, and I am the proud owner, just to flex a little bit on you, of a Journey into Mystery 83, first appearance of Thor. And I saw something interesting the other day. CGC is doing a signing with Chris Hemsworth. And it got me thinking, just a ponderous thought. Would I ever get my Journey into Mystery 83 signed? And it's just a funny concept. We'll go ahead and answer the question. The answer is no. But I was thinking about it. I was curious. First of all, my book's way too low of a grade. It's 1.8. I would never want to crack that open and risk damaging it any further. It is a very frail book and a very expensive book that I would not want anything to happen to. That being said, I don't even with that. I don't think I'd want Chris Hemsworth on my Journey 83. I know that this is an interesting topic that people have different opinions on, and I more so wanted to make this video just to kind of talk about. Well, one, CGC has a bunch of signature things happening. Signature events happening, and some of them I think are pretty interesting. Some of them I'll consider doing. I've never sent anything into CGC for a signing event, but with Chris Hemsworth, and I know some people are upset. I want to go ahead and say this. Yeah, some people are upset because his fee. Now this is his signature and grading and everything all together. His fee's $355, and they're like, that's crazy. I don't think it is. I mean, it's a big movie star. He's well known. I know people didn't like his last movie, but I still think, well respected as Thor. And for CGC to get a big name like that in there, it's gonna be expensive. I'm pretty sure. I can't remember, but I think Robert Downey Jr. was like $500 or something. Might have been more than that. Now, granted, I think he was doing his for charity as well. But anyway, but if they're gonna get a big movie star like that, it's gonna be expensive. Like, that's just expected. But my question is, so just accepting the fact, you might not be happy with it, but accepting the fact that Chris Hemsworth would be an expensive signature, what would you get him to sign it on? Because I have kind of mixed feelings excuse me, about getting a movie star to sign a comic book. And I know it's a fairly divisive subject in the community, because a lot of people were like, well, Chris Hemsworth has nothing to do with that book. You know what I mean? He played the character in the movie. He's not the artist. He's not the writer. He's not the editor. Nothing. He has nothing to do with the book. And so that's some people's hard stance, and they're like, no, he should not sign that. He has nothing to do with it. But I feel like for some people that really are the definitive version of a particular character, I think it might be kind of cool. Like, I'll throw a couple out, like Robert Downey Jr. If I had a Tales of Suspense 39, I would be pretty tempted if Robert Downey Jr. Let's say if back to that CGC signing from a year or two ago, whenever that was. If I had owned a Tales of Suspense 39, I really would have thought about sending that in, because he is so important to Iron Man. I mean, he changed Iron Man in the comics. He made Iron Man an A-lister. And he's just a phenomenal actor. And I don't think... I was going to say there's never been an Iron Man before him in live action, but there was briefly one in the 70s that's really, really funny looking. If you haven't seen it, look up 70s TV show Iron Man or something like that. I can't remember if it was a TV show or a movie. Might have been a movie. It was like him and Thor and Hulk and Captain America, whatever, and they all looked really goofy, but especially Iron Man. Anyway, but he is definitely, as of now, the definitive Iron Man. And he had a very long run on Iron Man. Another person is like, if you had a Hulk 181, would you get it signed by Hugh Jackman? He is Wolverine. And he had a very long run on Wolverine. I'm trying to think about any... Oh, like this weekend. Now, this one's different. Star Wars is different, because while Marvel started as comics, and then their characters later on became shows and movies and stuff like that, minus, like X-23 and, DC has Harley Quinn. They started as a show, technically. Marvel, like I said, is different. Star Wars, for the most part, started as the movies and TV shows. A lot of their characters. Now, granted, there are some characters that first pop up in comics. Yes, I know. But like this weekend, I'm going to a convention, and I have a Clone Wars #1 that I'm going to get signed by 6 of the voice actors. And to me, that's a no-brainer because Clone Wars Clone Wars the show came out first, and the comic is more of a little side piece, a little, appreciation of my show, or of the show, me showing my appreciation of the show, but also in the comic form that I love, because I love comics. So, like, to me, it's like, it's not an issue at all, not a thing to consider, is it a good or a bad idea? Like, it's just like, yeah, duh, go get, those signatures on the book. If I ever had an opportunity to get a George Lucas signature, I would 100% get it on my Star Wars #1. Or Dave Filoni, I would really love to get on my Clone Wars 1 as well. The movie actors, Hayden Christensen or Ewan McGregor. Now, granted, like those, then the only questions, I guess, is like, would you have like prequel trilogy actors sign a Star Wars #1? And for me, I'd probably be like, I think, well, because like Ewan McGregor did have one, and I didn't send in my Star Wars 1, but like, I don't know, like I wouldn't have him sign that. Like I'd find something else that's more like an Obi-Wan book for just that. But like Harrison Ford, yeah, if he, I doubt he ever would, but if he did a signing, I'd get that on my my Star Wars #1. Primarily, I would really just want George Lucas. Like that'd be the one that I'd really, really like to get. But I don't think that'll probably ever happen. Can't, never say never, but that one seems pretty hard to get. Another thing, just bouncing back and forth here, but like John Bernthal on my Punisher, like this one for sure, because that's his photo cover and everything. Like that's an easy one, but like I know a lot more people would be upset if John Bernthal signed a Spider-Man 129. Just depends. I can't. God, I'm trying to remember her name, but actually, I wouldn't mind having her. And I don't think a lot of people would mind if what is her name? Kristen Ritter signed Alias 1, mainly because that's just not a very expensive book. I think when you're talking about these like Grail books, a lot of people are like, how could you defile them? And I think it just depends on like how much that actor contributed and like defined that character. Like I said, for me, Robert Downey Jr. is a no-brainer. But I know a lot of people would fight me on that. But I'd just like to know what you all think about that. There's some other CGC events coming up, signing events. There's a bunch coming up. I'm not going to talk about all of them. But I just want to know what you all think about them. And curious whether it's one that I talk about or not. Are you going to be sending in any of your books to any of the signings? One that is very tempting and the idea of it is tempting for me. Roy Thomas is having a signing event, and I do have a Spotlight #5, First Ghostwriter, but again, mine is a very low grade. It's pretty frail. I wouldn't want to crack it and have it graded, and we'll have it signed and graded. I just feel like the odds of it getting damaged and mishandled are more significant when the book is that low of a grade. His signing, and again, covers all the grading and everything. His fee is $110, so not too bad. And Roy Thomas, I think, is a very appreciated, maybe, or just not talked about comic creator. He came up with a lot of really, really cool characters, and I think he's pretty instrumental to a lot of Marvel and like Marvel horror and stuff. He also did like Man-Thing. But yeah, if you don't know that much about him, just take a look at all the characters he's helped create and stuff, and I think he's a pretty if I had a higher grade Spotlight 5, I would definitely be more interested. I think that one's too low of a grade to risk dealing with. Another fun one, I don't have anything that I would get signed, but one that I thought was fun and could talk about. Elvira is doing a signing. Her fee is $150, a little bit steeper. But if you're a horror fan, I think that's a pretty interesting one to maybe do. Alex Ross is doing one. His fee is $110. I don't think I have anything. The only thing that I would maybe consider, I guess, but it's just like what I want to spend $110 on it, is I have that Alex Ross Timeless Black Cat. Eventually, I will get that one graded to add to my Black Cat collection. But that's the thing. It's like it's more adding it to my Black Cat collection. I don't really care to get a signature on it, although it does have great negative space for a signature to go somewhere. So like it would be cool. Do I want to do it? There's a J. Scott Campbell. His fee is $100. That's honestly lower than I thought it would be. He's a pretty popular artist that I just thought would cost more. That being said, I don't care for him too much. I do have a couple of his pieces over there, though. Black Cat things. Again, mainly just going into the Black Cat collection. He even has more Black Cat stuff that I just... they're fine. I just don't care for his super skinny proportions for women. Then Art Germ is doing one. His fee is $85. That is pretty tempting. Mainly on where is it at? I can't tell right now. Where in the... Oh, it's behind a stack of comics. That's why. He has a Black Cat cover. You can't see it at all. But that would be kind of tempting. My only real I have other cover or other covers I really love of his as well. He's maybe my favorite current artist. He's really good. My only problem with that is I just don't know how well a signature would look on that book. She's taken up just all of the book, all of the cover, and I feel like a signature might detract from it. It doesn't have any negative space or anything, so I don't know about that one. And then the other one that I think is interesting is Derek Chu. It has one. His fee is $75. I don't have any books on my wall to show for him, but he recently did a Poison Ivy cover that I really liked. It was on Legion of Bloom, and that would probably be what I would consider if I were to do it. I did just get that Felicia book from him, but again, that's a pretty busy cover as well. I don't know how well a signature would look on that. But anyway, I was just curious about that and just want to let y'all know in case you didn't know about all these different... Like I said, there's even a lot more signings going on. CGC is really pumping out the signings right now, which I don't think people mind too much because they seem to be caught up. I haven't sent anything in recently myself. We sent in some stuff from the shop, and stuff seems to be coming back pretty quickly. And as long as they're able to manage their regular turnaround times... go ahead and do as many signing events as you want. Because it was when things were backed up and they kept doing more and more signing events, people were pretty upset. But now if you got your stuff together, go ahead and keep going. Like I said, I'd love to know if you are considering or if you're definitely going to be doing any signing events, and also would just love to know your opinions on having actors sign old Grail comic books and stuff like that. Because, like I said, it can be a pretty divisive topic for some people. And like I said, I don't really care. At the end of the day, do what you want to do with your comic books. I'm not going to sit here and fight you on it. I enjoy a good little debate, and, you might have reasonings why or stuff like that for either side. Before I leave, though, I do want to mention again, at the end of the month, we will choose a channel member to pull some comics out of our short box of goodies. Here are just some of the samples or some of the comics that you could potentially pull out of them. I will continuously be adding more and more stuff. Some of them I will tease either on YouTube or Instagram, and some of them I'll just buy and I'll put in the box or pull from my collection. So far everything's just been pulled from my collection, but I might be adding in some other things that I specifically pick up just for the box. So again, for the at the end of the month, I'll pick a channel member depending on how much you want to gamble and what tier of channel membership you have. If you have the basic membership, you will get 2 pulls out of the box. If you have the middle membership, you will get 5 pulls out of the box. And if you have the third membership, you will get 10 pulls out of the box. So again, only one channel member will win each month. But if you are pulled, I will then look and see what type of channel member tier you have, and then proceed to see how many we pull out of there. I think this will be a super fun thing to do each month. This month will be the first month. And I'm very excited to see how it goes. Other than that, I think that's all I have for you, though. Thank you so much for watching this video. This Oh yeah, well no, I do have news. This Sunday is my birthday. I'm going to be going to a convention, and then I will be coming back home to do the community hangout live stream. So I'll be showing off all the signatures that I got from the convention, anything else I happen to pick up from the convention, and then also should have some birthday presents to open, including some covers, some sketch covers from my friend Echo that are going to be gorgeous, but I have no idea what they are, how many there are. It's just going to be a box, and I'm going to open it up, and it should be a blast. So yeah, hope to see you all there. Should be really, really awesome. But thank you all so much for hanging out, and I will see you next time.